And we are back with a brand new edition. It's Friday. Can we just say that? Happy Friday. Look at me. I'm getting super fucking fancy in here. Okay. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know that sounds good to you, so go ahead and click that follow button or subscribe wherever you're hailing from. Hey, Taylor, baby. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest for you or one-on-one coaching with me so that we can figure out where you're going wrong so that we can get your shit right, go ahead. All links are in my bio. Hey, Frederica bestie. Okay, all links are in said bio. All right, also, if you, hey, Mina girlfriend. I know, happy Friday. We made it, guys. We made it through the week. Also, if you haven't joined our WhatsApp community, go ahead and join that bad boy right now because it's fire in there. And we're adding different things, trying to streamline things around here, try to get professional around here, So bear with us. Hey, Angela. Hey, Ashley. I also have hey, Patriot. I have a upcoming live event on April 4th. If you can't make the date, don't worry. It is a Saturday. I try to accommodate you in case you're working, where I'm going to help you release your negative emotions all the way back from when you first ever experienced it. Yes, Brittany, the group is free, so get on in there right now because it's not going to be for long. But don't worry. Yes, Mina, I'm going to be answering you today, but if you want to shoot it to the top, that would help me out. So make sure that you sign up for that live event. Hey, Dade, what did you mess up about? Yeah, make sure that you sign up for the live event. You will get lifetime access to the recordings, okay? Or the recording, so that you can do this over and over and over again because it's something that you should do consistently. Okay, so be sure to do that. Also, I go live every single day on TikTok at 10 o'clock Pacific. But if you ever miss a live, don't worry. I upload them to my YouTube channel every day according to when TikTok lets me download the video. So while you're there, go ahead and subscribe. Watch my lives. Let them play in the background. Mute the volume. I don't care, but help me get my watch hours up so that we can go ahead and have as many people leveraging the law of assumption the right way, right? So they can get their shit. Okay. It's very important that we start debunking all the trash shit that's out there on the internet. Okay. There's so much false information going around and frauds out there. So, I want my videos to get in front of theirs to get people to realize, that I've done it. I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. Do you see how fancy we're getting here, guys? I figured out how to do that shit. I just didn't realize that it's in front of my face. So now I need to figure out. I need to create the other ones. All right, Dave, let's see. What the hell did you do? Other than ask a question you didn't want the answer to. I asked a question and didn't like the answer, but I'm still persisting for a boyfriend. I was heated. His answer wasn't giving me perfect boyfriend with gutter trash. Okay, so you guys do not need to worry about gutter trash. I mean, yes, affirm gutter trash away, but you don't need to worry about it because you will automatically get confirmation that gutter trash is gone. You don't even have to ask. You won't have to ask anything, because you will get the confirmation. But I remembered something. So I'm going to give it to you guys because I want you guys to, I really want you guys to understand that you don't need fucking tarot card readings or psychics because you literally are the psychic of your own reality. Okay. Hey, Danny. So I'm going to give you guys something to do, but we're going to get into that later. Yes, I left an open loop for you. But it's something that I think you guys will have a lot of fun with, okay? Because now you guys won't have to question shit. You'll know the answer. You will know what your future holds, baby. And so I will tell you, it's actually a lot of fun. I was doing it this morning because I remembered I haven't done this in a long time, but I remembered I did it before. I did it when manifesting my SP back, and I've done this for years. Okay, I learned this. I learned this brief technique years ago, and I don't teach you guys fucking bullshit techniques. Okay, but I did this a long ass time ago, and I did this when I was manifesting my SP back, and I only did it once. It's a cliffhanger. But it will allow you to know what the status of your relationship will be. Will you be back together with your SP? You'll find out when you do this exercise. How do you like that for a cliffhanger? So, and it's a lot of fun because you'll prove it to yourself, okay? You'll prove it to yourself. Because your subconscious mind, like I tell you, knows everything about you, okay? So it will confirm nor deny. Yeah, and guess what? The technique is fucking free. You're welcome. No psychic, no tarot card reader needed, okay? You'll already know the future, so therefore you won't have to worry about shit. All right, so there, what did somebody say here? Because, okay, here we are. I truly think my self-concept is the highest. I know my SP wants me. He just moved states. Though, how do I bring him back to the state I live in? So, one out of two things. Are you in contact, G, with your SP? Because if you are, well, it doesn't matter even if you're not. You could literally say he wants to live with me right now. He wants to live with me right now. He wants to live with me right now. If that means he has to bring his happy ass back to your state, then that's what's going to happen. Right? You can also say he just moved back to wherever you live. He literally just moved back. He wants to live with me. He just moved back to Utah so that we can be together. You know, that's all you have to, that's all, literally all you have to affirm. Okay. And whatever has to happen for that man, whether he gets a new job over where you live or something will bring him back to where you live, as long as you persist in that. It's kind of, the concept is no different than you manifesting somebody away, like out of the state, right? We've had people do that where they've manifested gutter trash to a whole nother fucking state. So if you can banish somebody to a whole nother state, you can bring them back to your state. Same concept. And the way you do it is exactly what I told you. Okay, exactly what I told you. Okay, so you want to, Yasmina, we can manifest 2 SPs. It's not a problem. Let them duke it out for your attention. I got bit by a fucking mosquito right here, so we won't address the elephant in the room. It's freaking red, like super red. Anyway, I don't know why I bit my nose. I'm just so sweet, but now I'm sour. I am sour. Hey, Nadine. Absolutely. So you're more important than his job. People move all the time. If he, obviously, you have to look at it this way. G, if he moved away for a job, he'll happily move. Clearly, he's not tied to a location, so he'll happily move back for another job. Okay. But at the same time, I would also be affirming in steps for contact. Okay. So, you know, you can have a great self-concept, but we need to affirm for contact. Okay. Movement. So I would use my basic affirmations that I used, you know, you obviously know, he's obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. Well, that means he has to come to you, right? He'll do anything to be with me right now. That also implies coming to you. Okay. So those ones, you should see movement rather quickly, especially if you are being honest with yourself and have a high self-concept and know that he wants you. That's where the honesty has to come in. Do you really know that? Or is it something that you're telling yourself? And it's not a big deal if you're telling yourself that, but then you need to tell yourself that often. So therefore, it's something that becomes something that you know, right? Because then he would contact you. But that's okay. Stick around. We do the photo method here. And so we'll test it out. Because then you'll know. Okay. He came to see you yesterday and said, soon you'll be my girlfriend. Yeah, Angela. The fuck is he talking about? You're already his girlfriend. Hey, Amanda, bestie. So that's exactly what I would do. Yeah, he came to see and he said, I love that. I, soon, you will be my girlfriend. Yeah, that's exactly what and it's funny because really what he means by that is, yes, soon you will be my girlfriend. The minute you fucking decide you're his girlfriend, bitch. It's like, you're almost there. You're almost there on the girlfriend spectrum and really persisting in being the girlfriend, right? And he is literally reflecting that to you. I think that's hilarious, actually. Soon. Yes, soon, when Angela decides. That's hilarious. Okay, let's see here. And let's talk about something too. Yeah, okay, G, but he'll do anything to be with me right now. Okay? Right now. Sometimes, okay, so we'll talk about this because I had a call with one of our members yesterday. I had a coaching call, and she was asking what I would do given her situation, right? And so here's the thing. It depends on your situation. I don't always, shockingly enough, would advise that you pursue your SP. Yeah, she had a choice. She had a choice between two. One is baby daddy, if you will. The other one is somebody new, what she's really into. And she was asking if I was her, what would she do? And our stories very much match each other. They mirror each other a lot when it comes to the child's father. And so I said, well, on the priority spectrum, I'd pursue the new guy. Yeah, because you would have a lot to overcome when it comes to the old SP, right? The child's father. You'd have, given your situation, you'd have a lot to overcome when it comes to that. And then it's going to be a long process versus this guy you're into, he's into you. So why not? Sometimes you have to put yourself first. Okay. It's kind of like when I made the decision when I was pregnant to leave my child's father, is I made that decision consciously, but I also chose to put myself first, and it's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. You don't have to pursue getting back together with an SP for the sake of children. You don't have to do that, right? Not if it's not a good decision. It depends on your current situation. But I just wanted you guys to know that it's okay to pursue somebody else if there's too much going on and you're doing it for the children. If you're not doing it for yourself, to make yourself happy, probably not the vibe, right? Because your children will see that. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily a healthy situation. Hey, baby girlfriend. It's not necessarily a favorable situation when children are involved, right? If it's not a good situation. So just wanted to let you guys know that you have permission to pursue whoever the fuck you want, but it should be for you, right? Not for anybody else, but for you. Right. And to bring, and if you guys do have great relationships with the children and everything, then it's great to bring families back together. But don't only do it for the sake of the child. Okay. Because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. All right. That was just a little side note. Okay. Clee. We'll call you Clee. I want to manifest an SP, but he's a celebrity and 12 years older. I can feel that this is my life. Okay, Clee, there's nothing wrong with that. So like I'm always saying, when you manifest a celebrity, the key to manifesting a celebrity is that you must not see them as a celebrity. I don't give a shit who they are. You can't see them as a celebrity. You have to see them as a regular person that works at a fucking car wash. Okay, a normal ass person where if you were to walk by him on the street, you wouldn't even know who he is. That's literally what I'm talking about. That's the level of delusion when it comes to celebrity, because most people put celebrities on a pedestal, right? But here's the thing, they're just regular people. And so most celebrities are married to regular ass people. And the reason though that they're married to normal people is because that's what they crave. Every time they walk out of their damn house, they're followed by the paparazzi, like everywhere, right? Plus, there's a bunch of fans. They don't care if you're out to dinner with your whole ass family. They want to take pictures with you. They want your autograph, all that crap. They're fans. And so when you come from a different perspective, like, nah, he's just a regular guy. He's just fucking hot. Then it's different, okay? Because now you're on that pedestal because you have to see yourself as better than him, right? As like, yeah, I'm the baddest bitch. Why wouldn't he want me, right? And so you have to see yourself as that person. And then, because those are the people that get chased. They want nothing but normalcy in their life. That's all they crave is peace, quiet, and normalcy. So if he was to message you today, you literally can't be like, oh my God, congratulations on the Grammy that you just won. Like, I totally just saw your movie. I thought it was amazing. You can't fucking do that. Because the second you do that, you put yourself in the fan box. And people don't date fans. They don't. They date people that treated them like normal ass people, right? Where, I mean, you have a normal ass conversation. It's not about his career, you know, anything like that. That's the key to manifesting a celebrity. You could do that. You can do that very easily, but you have to see him as a normal human because that's what they are. All they have is a different career than you. You know what I'm saying? Is that's the only thing that makes them different than you is their career. That's it. They're regular ass people. So when you see them that way, they will start to notice you because you're not, you know, gushing over their shit online. You know, you can heart it if you want his story. That's not a big deal. But take a look, just take a look at the comments that people are leaving when they post things and come from the opposing side. And he will notice you because you now are normal. Okay? Yeah, when you spam the same question over and over and over again, it makes it really hard for me to follow along because then I don't get to answer other people's questions because the second we have to block some moron that comes on here on some spammy shit, it pushes all the comments. It goes all the way to the bottom. So then I'd have to scroll endlessly at the top. So let's not do that. I'll get to you. I don't co-host. I know it because other men are showing up for me how I want him to. Yeah, G, okay, so oftentimes, this is why that's happening, okay? Because this is why I say people that tell you that manifesting an SP is all about self-concept, they're fucking wrong. They're very wrong, okay? Because I have clients that have a great self-concept. They do. And they do believe that they can get whoever they want, except the one they want. That there's a difference, right? Which is why you have other men showing up for you how you want your SP to. So you now have to start seeing yourself as being the one that you need to take yourself and put yourself on that pedestal when it comes to your SP and knock his ass right off. He can't be on that pedestal because the more you keep him there, they don't chase. And you want to be chased. You want to be pursued. So you need to start seeing yourself as that person, as the one that he wants. Like whoever I want wants me even more. Tell yourself that, right? So therefore, now the person that you want starts to conform versus the other people that you don't want, right? This is perfect example of why self-concept is not all it takes. Is it important in manifesting your SP? Yes, because that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, because you guys need to see yourself as the perfect fucking girlfriend. Perfect girlfriend, perfect girlfriend, perfect girlfriend. Okay? If you need to honestly see yourself as the perfect fucking girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife. You need to put yourself there and tell yourself that I know I'm the perfect girlfriend, and he knows it, right? I'm the perfect girlfriend. Tell yourself that because that is an identity. Okay? So that is at the subconscious level, and the identities that you have are what run a majority of your life, literally. So if you tell yourself you're the perfect girlfriend, then everything, it's like a trickle down effect, okay? By identifying yourself as the perfect girlfriend, your values change, your beliefs change, your environment changes, you change. Because now you see yourself as the perfect girlfriend. So if it's at the hierarchy of the change, so when you identify as something different, then everything below that, values, beliefs, personal growth, your behaviors, your environment, all of that changes automatically. Okay, it all changes automatically when you give yourself different identities. Okay, instead of working your way up the fucking ladder, we want to go at the top and take an assessment of what you tell yourself when, what comes after I am for you, or I am not, okay? Because that creates a lot of things. That will open up your eyes to what identities you actually have. Whenever you say I am or I am not, okay? I am not good enough. No. I don't think so. No, I'm perfect. I am perfect. I am perfect. That's an identity, which means everything below that has to shift to match perfection. Okay? Currently looking at SPs and my picture when we just started dating brings me so much happiness, yet I feel sad. How much things have changed since. Okay, Jacques. That is like, because I don't know what you're talking about. If you're going to look at you and your SP's pictures when you started dating, you need to look at those pictures like they were taken fucking yesterday. Okay? Not a year ago, 2 years ago. No, they were just taken, right? And you need to go and you need to hold on to that as if you just took those pictures, because they bring you happiness, but you're viewing those pictures as being in the past, okay? Which is why it brings you happiness, yet you also feel sad, like how much things have changed since. What's changed? No. We're actually very happy. We are completely happy together. You have to look at those pictures and tell yourself that shit instead, okay? It's like they're just taken yesterday. Yeah, look how perfect we are together. Like literally, look how perfect we are together. We are so happy. That's how you have to start viewing those photos, not as the past and going down, because you're comparing past to the pictures. You're using the pictures and identifying them as being from the past, and now you're comparing them to the present moment, to the moment of now. You can't do that. You can't do that, because you're right. That is exactly why you're like, now things have changed so much. No. No. Hold on to those pictures, but view them as they were just taken. 2 minutes ago. Hey, CC girlfriend. Hey, Marisol. I'm good. It's Friday. I'm marinating some chicken. I'm trying something new. Although, I feel like there's 55 different names to describe fucking teriyaki chicken. I came across a Instagram reel where the guy was like, they called it honey butter chicken. And so I don't know if the glaze is going to taste like honey butter, but the marinade, it tastes like teriyaki chicken. So that's what I'm making for dinner tonight, with a salad and vegetables, in case you guys give a shit. But I'm not sure if we're going to, and a little bit of rice, because I am Asian after all. My boyfriend just eats it with rice. But I'm not sure if we're going to have that today or tomorrow, because they say you can marinate it overnight. So I'm going to marinate it maybe overnight, because I kind of want fried chicken. That's how I get. I mean, technically we could have fried chicken tomorrow, but I'll have to talk to him about that. Yes, kitty cat. I got a shit ton of calls after this live, by the way, like a crap ton, because they're all like manifest for me calls. So they're like back to back to back to back to back to back. There's like probably 8 or 10 of them, just like back to back. And I'm just like, oh shit, I got to run a very tight clean schedule today. So if you have a call with me today and it's about manifesting your SP, then I'm going to need you to come with the Cliff Note version of your backstory. Okay. Yeah, Don, that's right. That's right. You got to go get a haircut. I need to get my fucking haircut. I really need to get my haircut. All right, let's see. How can I manifest faster for my SP to apologize for being distant and to finally be together? Me too, Brandy girl. Okay. So, Elizabeth, listen. Why does your SP need to apologize for being distant? For what? For what? He doesn't need to apologize for being distant because he's only distant because you're choosing the version of him that doesn't fucking talk to you. That is distant. Okay, based on the way you're describing him. So if you're describing him as being distant, well, he literally can't contact you. He literally cannot. So you don't need an apology for that shit. You just need to change the conversation in your mind and be like, no, absolutely not. He cannot stand to be away from me. He literally has to be with me and near me all the fucking time. Like all the time. He communicates everything with me every single day. Like he's in constant communication. Jesus Christ. I can't get a minute to myself. Right? That's the mentality you need to have because he doesn't need to apologize for being distant. You're the one that created the distance. So if you insist on an apology, Elizabeth, look in the mirror and say, I'm sorry. Apology done, and apology accepted. Okay? You don't have to do that. I mean, to me, it's petty at this point, you know? And if you want it, because it's like, for me, it's like, do I want an apology for being distant, or do I want this motherfucker to call me right now and to show up every day and to want to, what did you say? Oh, be together. That's right. Or do I just want an apology? No. I would much rather choose, you know, committed relationship over fucking apology. Okay? So you need to flip that in your mind, and you need to, and manifesting faster is a matter of discipline. Okay? If you want anything fast, you have to discipline yourself. You have to discipline your mind. Okay, and assign meaning to every fucking thing that you want it to mean. And if you're feeling some type of way, then affirm. If I have to affirm, do you want to know what I did after I had an hour between? I should have recorded video content, but I didn't. But that's okay. Someday I will. I'll record video content. I gotta look and see if I have some. If not, I would have to record some shit. Today, I have to record something today. But I affirmed. Yesterday, I affirmed. The day before, I affirmed. I'm no different than you. The difference is I discipline my ass. I don't react. I don't need to react. React to what? I don't take anything personal either. No. And I'm not going to say that I'm this like master ass bitch that never has a badass day. Like, no. But I've learned to discipline myself. So I don't sit there and spiral in my thoughts. I don't sit there and go down the rabbit hole of shit I don't want. Instead, I'd rather be like, oh, not liking this. So changing my mind. Tomorrow, right back on track. We're Gucci. That's how that works. Over and over and over again. If I got to do it fucking every day, then that's what I'm going to do to get my shit. And flip every fucking negative thought that comes in and only persist in perfect boyfriend. Perfect boyfriend. Okay. Payola. Yeah, payola. Well, it's all of the above. So if you buy Manifest for me, then we do jump on a call together. Okay. It's a quick call. It's like 15 minutes. Okay. So we do jump on a call together. Then I am going to start checking in with you guys, to give you guys updates, but I expect updates from you, right? Because I'm not in your life. So there's that, but you do get my phone number, okay, my actual phone number, so that we keep in contact. So if you're running into any problems, which that's what let's talk about that in a little bit, okay, when it comes to manifesting for you. You guys need to drop the fucking bullshit. Drop the resistance. You guys should the second we work together and you do manifest for me, you should have the attitude that some of my clients have to go, oh, it's a wrap. Yeah, it's a total wrap. It's done. It's done. And not stress about it. Instead, half the time I can't even fucking respond to people from text coaching because y'all are in my shit daily like, what's the update? What's the update? What's the update? I haven't seen shit. That's because you're checking a million times. You got to stop doing that shit. You got to just go about your life. Bag, it's a wrap. Jen's taking care of this, so I will play my part and I will persist in perfect boyfriend, but I don't need to check shit. I don't need to go in panic mode like it's a fucking fire drill. I don't need to do any of that because all that does is delay. So what's your fucking pleasure? Get a grip. Get a grip. And stop blowing my shit up. Hey, MKD girlfriend, stop blowing my shit up. Ask me shit, because that's why I don't respond right away, because I'm like, what for what? What do you want me to say? Other than the fact that I'm going to go in there with some of you guys and I'm going to fucking yell at you. Yeah, that's the response you're going to get. I'm going to fucking yell at you and tell you, you need to fucking take a chill pill, relax, know it's done, go about your day and play your part. That is it. That is all. And that will speed the shit right on up. So if you're impatient, then I suggest you listen to my advice. And you will start to see a difference. I don't even ask you to do a lot of shit. But fucking relax. I would say go take a Xanax, but I don't do that shit. I can't take pills actually. Hey Terry girlfriend. They make me sick. And I don't have any desire to change that fucking assumption. I'll keep that assumption. It's been 2 days since he replied to my text. Okay. Yes, Kelly girlfriend. Okay, Dominique. So when the fuck are you going to sit there and stop focusing on how many days it's been since he replied to your text? The more you focus on the days that have gone by, just like the more you guys focus on the fucking hours that have gone by, all you do is extend the timeline. Look at it that way. Every time you look and say, it's been 5 hours, it's been 5 hours, it's been 2 days, well, then that's implying that he's not talking to you. So you extend the timeline. Now 2 days turns into 4, turns into 6, turns into 8. We got a whole fucking mess. Or you can change the story and say, no, when I text him, he responds immediately. He literally responds immediately on the spot. On the spot. I am his top priority. What part of this is unclear? That you all need to be the top priority? I am his only goddamn priority. You understand this? That seeing yourself as the top priority, the only priority in their life changes everything. It changes everything. I have somebody in my inbox right now that her honey was up at 6 a.m. working. And dead ass tired. But he came to see her and tuck her into bed. Even though he was dead ass tired. Why? Because, well, one, because we worked together. I can't take the credit. But 2, because she started saying and seeing herself as the priority. And all of a sudden he went from being super fucking busy to, I'm super fucking busy still, but I'm making time for you too, honey bunny. Right? I mean, it's not like because you think you're the priority that all of a sudden he scales back his job hours. No, that's not how that happens. But he now makes time for you too. He's no longer like, I'm too tired, I'm going to go home. Oh, I've got to spend time with my kids, and then I've got to do this, and I've got to do that, and I've got no goddamn time for you. No, all of a sudden he's going out of his way to make time for you because you see yourself as the fucking priority. All of you need to see yourself as a priority. I'm so excited for one of the people Hey, River Captain. Hey, Gish. Hey, Crimson. I'm so excited for, I had a coaching call today with somebody, and there's nothing that brings me more joy than bringing couples back together, right? Bringing, healing marriages coming back together, but also keeping marriages together. That fucking shit excites the shit out of me. I get goosebumps. SP got another one pregnant and told me he has to go be with her. No, Yesenia. Yesenia! Stop with that story. Stop with that story right now. Okay? No. People raise, you should want him to be a great co-parent, right? Because the child's at stake. So you should want him to be a great co-parent. But there are people that leave significant others all the time when they're pregnant. They do. I'm not encouraging that in any sense of that word, but I have a client now who is in the same situation. However, it wasn't like he tried to get her pregnant. It was an accident. And now he has to deal with it. But he's consistently telling my client, no, I'm going to be there for the child 1,000%. But I'm not going to be with her. And she knows that. He told her that. He's like, we're together. Like, we're going to be together, not her. But at the same time, he has to deal with what he created. So what? You need to tell a different story. How many fucking times do I have to tell you guys to stop listening to what comes out of their mouth? Stop listening to what comes out of their mouth. Stop assigning negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning and listening to every goddamn thing that they say and taking it as written law. Well, he said it, so it must be true. It's only true if you decide to listen to what the fuck he's saying. That's it. That's all. Versus you tell a different story. Who gives a shit what they say? How many fucking times do I have to tell you guys that? Who cares? Who gives a shit what he said? In here, I control the narrative. Let me tell you what it's going to be. You need to stop with the bullshit. And I know it's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. But that's why instead of replaying that conversation over and over and over again, this is where affirming comes into play. This is when affirming comes into play. For all of you, if you guys find yourself replaying conversations in your mind that don't, that aren't loving conversations in your mind, then that's when affirming comes in, because you can't think two things at the same time. You can't reminisce and go down fucking memory lane about the stories and the conversations that you guys had and the things that he said to you. When you're affirming, you can't do both. And if you're spiraling, this is when you get up, take a little fucking walk, get some cardio in, and affirm out loud. Sit in your goddamn car. Affirm out loud. If you're spiraling, affirm out loud. You cannot think and speak at the same fucking time. So the spiraling will stop. Affirm, affirm, affirm. Out loud. If you're spiraling, there's no reason you guys should be spiraling in your thoughts. That is when affirming comes into play. Because I know it's not easy to unhear something, right? Like, it's not easy just to unhear a conversation or something that they said that hurts your fucking feelings. But that's why you affirm, because now you don't give anything another goddamn option. Can't remember what he said. If I can't replay what he's saying, if I'm affirming the opposite towards what I want, then it's impossible for me to keep replaying what the fuck is being said. Okay, Crimson Fox. So, for you, Crimson, I was reading your conversation again. For you have to ignore that. You have to tell yourself, like, no, he's He doesn't even notice another female. Like, no, fucking turn it around. No woman even likes his ass but me. Like, he doesn't like anyone but me. You know, you have to turn the shit around. Okay? And start consistently telling yourself the opposite. And don't worry about it. Do not create gutter trash. Okay? You know, tell yourself something different. Because, like, let's think realistically speaking, okay? There could be 5 different reasons why you found a bra and photo. Okay? He could have had people over at his house the night before, and one person got drunk, and so he let her sleep in the bed. That's what I would tell myself. Okay? Versus the obvious conclusion. Okay, so no, tell yourself something different, and I'm proud of you. You didn't react, but you got to let that go, and you got to affirm that he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me and only me. Okay, he's absolutely he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me, and he shows it every day. He shows me that he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me, and I don't care what he does. For what he does every single day. Assign loyal, faithful, and committed. Yep, that's him showing me. I don't care if he calls you when he's out. And he's like, hey, I'm just going to run to the store real quick. Yep, that's him showing me he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me. Send you a text. Yep, look at him showing me he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me. He shows me that every day. Okay, you have to see him as the loyal, faithful, and committed boyfriend. Okay, so check your description of him. Okay. Because some of you guys will say he used to be a womanizer. Nah, not anymore. Not anymore. No. Actually, I'm his only option. I'm the only one he desires. I'm literally the only one he desires. You can also take a play out of Unapologetically Me and be like, in fact, he can only get it up for me. But write this whole description of your SP. And then don't waver from that, right? Read that description so that your subconscious mind knows all the features that you have for SP, okay? And if it's confirmed there's gutter trash, then we create the wedge and let gutter trash do her job. Because it's funny that they drag their own ass to the dumpster. That's great. That's great. I'm not very strong anyway, so go ahead. Good. I love that. Me too. I've been looking at houses too. I'm very excited, actually. I'm very excited. I'm looking at houses. New ones. I made myself a list of I am and everything. Good, Dawn. Good. So, hey, J. Rose, I want you to be honest with yourself. Hey, pretty girlfriend. I want you to be honest with yourself, Crimson, and take an assessment. Of course you did, bitch. Of course you did, Brittany. I'm Asian. I'm half Japanese. Clearly my dad is the Japanese guy. Thank God. Thank God. My mom has a friend that's half Japanese and half white. And the mom is white or Asian, and the kids look totally Asian. I'm like, oh, thank God. I just want to look myself. My daughter she wants to take a genealogy test because she wants to find out what she is. Because, you know, it's weird when you go to my family on my mom's side and they'll be like, what are we? Fucking white. Oh, okay. But my daughter looked up the last name. Apparently the last name is, what'd she say? German. She knows more about my heritage than I fucking do. Oh, I love that, Patriot. I love that. Payola, a manifest forward call is where you send me your SP's picture. I need their name, your name, and then we jump on a quick call and I help you recreate your SP on the spot, and then you play your part. Is in persisting in the perfect boyfriend, and I do my job. And I try, and I do my job and I bring them to your door. Okay? But if you don't persist in perfect boyfriend, I can't control the version of your SP that shows up. So that's entirely up to you. Then I walk you through how to fucking keep his ass. Okay? So that, because I'm not going to play this dog and pony show with your ass. So that's basically what it is, but then I manifest for you. So you don't have to stress. You know, who wants to stress out? I don't want to stress out. Oh, good glitter sparkles, good. My boyfriend was amazed yesterday when I told him, I said, I'm exhausted, I'm all done talking for a while. He's like, you all done talking for a while? I was like, yes, I'm tired talking. It's probably the best couple minutes of his life. It's about as long as it lasted. Yes, Bevy, yes, we will do one. It's hard sometimes. Like, I sometimes get worried about, I get sad or down and forget. You know, Ren, I'm going to be honest with you. That's fucking bullshit and you know it. That's bullshit and you know it. That's such a cop-out. It's a fucking cop-out. Because you're sitting here saying, here, let me go back and replay what you said, okay? You said, Jen, is it normal to feel a bit down? Like, I sometimes get worried about, I get sad or down, and I forget to say my affirmations. You know that that's fucking bullshit. Because you're here all the time. You're also in the WhatsApp group. So you, out of all people, fucking know that that's the time you're supposed to be affirming. When you're sad or you're down or you're getting worried. Well, why are you worried? Why are you feeling sad? Why are you feeling down? You don't just walk around like totally happy-go-lucky and then just fucking feel sad. Thanks a weekend. You don't just, that's not realistic. You don't just feel down like you're totally going grocery shopping and then all of a sudden you just feel down and sad. No, that's not how that happens and you fucking know it. The reason why that's happening is because what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Oh, thanks a weekend, girl. NMKD. You're fucking thinking thoughts that are causing you to get worried, sad, and down. But in the same breath, you're forgetting to affirm. What are you fucking talking about? Because affirmations are just thoughts. There's nothing different. They're fucking thoughts. So you know that's bullshit because you certainly don't forget. You certainly aren't forgetting to think negative shit. That becomes very easy for you. No problem. I have no problem thinking negative shit. But then I forget to affirm for what I want. Let that make sense. Because you know that's bullshit. You know that's bullshit. Because that's the exact time when you should be like, oh yeah, affirm. Duh. Get a grip. Get a fucking grip, Ren. Seriously. Get a grip. Or pack that shit up. Do you want your SP or do you not? Because why you would choose to, why you have no problem remembering all the bad shit, but you can't remember to affirm for what you want. I don't buy bullshit excuses here. Don't come with bullshit excuses here because I'll call you out on that shit all day long. Because you know damn well that doesn't make no goddamn sense. So, Ren, I want you to go right now to the tattoo shop. And I want you to get a fucking tattoo right there on your fucking hand that says, affirm, bitch. Yeah. We gotta do what you gotta do so you can seem to remember, tattoo that shit on your fucking forehead. So every time you look in the mirror, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I gotta affirm. Get a grip. Hey, Joey, I'm not gonna go against that statement. don't know what caveman is, though. When it manifesting SP, we don't date others, do we? Another source said it was okay while waiting. Greta, you can do whatever you need to do, okay, to distract your mind. I personally did not. But I'm not going to say you shouldn't date others. I mean, if it distracts your mind, if it boosts your self-concept to be like, yeah, bitch, I have options. I have options in these streets. So it's not going to screw up your manifestation for sure. It's not going to do that because you affirm for what you want. But if it puts you at a feel-good vibe and puts you on that fucking pedestal, then that's what you got to do. Yeah, I didn't necessarily go on dates, but I did, according to my Instagram. Because I would, it's just my personality, is I'll give you a show. I will give you a show. So if you want to watch my profiles, well then I'll give you something to look at. You know what I'm saying? Like that's typically it's the pettiness in me. Let's just be honest. Let's just call it what it is. So I'm not going to say you don't date others. It's whatever works for you. But as long as you're affirming for you and SP and you're thinking of you and SP, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People like a little flattery, and I'm not opposed to a free meal every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at them. That's how I would look at them. Free meal. Sure, why not? Yeah, Brittany, Christine, you can do that for sure. You can stack your effort. You can tweak your affirmations for sure, 1,000%. Just make sure that whatever you're affirming for there's movement involved. Okay, there needs to be movement. There needs to be a lot of movement involved because that's what excites you. That's what motivates you. That's what encourages you to keep going. Yes, Kelly, that's through Google Meet. Although, I'm not going to lie. I pay for Zoom. I may as well just move back to Zoom. Who knows? No, Brittany, Christine, it will not make it take longer. Okay, it won't make it take longer. Just because you tweak your affirmations doesn't mean anything. I would add affirmations. No big deal. No big deal. Oh, well, Yesenia, if you're in the WhatsApp group, Yesenia, can you message Mystical Willow or Kamal? It's the same person. And she'll work out a time for you and get you on my calendar for that. Just tell her who you are. Yeah, Lisa. Resistance is that okay, so resistance is basically like you're not resisting being with that person, right? But you're putting pressure, okay? You're putting pressure on yourself, on things like, is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Why is it taking so long? That's resistance, okay? Is just putting the pressure on, if I don't do this shit, then the shit ain't coming. Like, that's not true, okay? So that's basically resistance in a nutshell. It's definitely not you have resistance to your SP, but for some people, resistance also is that even though they want their SP, they're not able to drop the old fucking story. Like, they're not able to drop the old story or to see their person as who they want their person to be. So that's also resistance, right? Is because you're affirming and wanting one thing, but you're seeing the person as something else. You're also replaying old ass conversations in your mind that don't benefit you. You're holding resentment to your past relationship, to your SP, based on their past. That's resistance, right? Because there are a lot of people, you'll see a lot of people will come on here and say, well, how do I let go of the resentment that I have? Decide what resentment. I created all that shit. So I'm going to drop that. You know, I don't need an apology. I don't need to have resentment towards him, anger towards him for shit he did in the past, because that creates resistance, right? And so that's basically what that is. That's what I do, Patriot. I'll offer my life away. I don't give a fuck. Why do I care shit? I don't give a crap. Hey, Terry Bestie. I know, Terry, I know. We all missed you. We notice when people, you know, disappear. Hey, Patriot, everything's a sign, bitch. Everything is a sign. Look at all these Britneys you got here now. Patriot? Okay. That's my honey. That's right. That's how Adrian is here. SP is coming over tomorrow to get baby girl. I know he's just as excited to see me too. Last time we saw each other, he stayed over. Rhea, you don't hope he stays again. Oh, he's fucking coming over and he's staying. He ain't going a goddamn place because he can't get enough of me. Okay? Yeah, he ain't going a damn place. A damn place. Okay? We don't hope around here. We do. We expect. Okay? You need to expect him to stay. And he will stay. Okay? Hey, Jai, my girlfriend. Anna Palma, yeah, ask your question. Ask your question. This is an open platform. I'm going to give you guys the thing I was telling you guys to do to be your own future predictor. I think it will help. I really feel like when you get confirmation of the answer from your subconscious mind, then you can just fucking drop the resistance. Be like, oh, it's a wrap. And it's free. You don't even have to pay a tarot card reader or a psychic. Well, Brittany, shut up. He's not just a coworker right now. That's your man, girl. That's your man. Yes, Anna Palma, same does apply for a court issue. If you have a court issue, you can beat, I've done this before, I've done this to myself 2 times. Long time ago, guys, okay? Long time ago. I was like, what? 16 years ago? 17 years ago? No. 20 years ago. Yeah. And I beat impeccable odds. Impeccable odds. Because I chose to believe something different. I told myself, like, nah. Nope. I refused to believe. I don't even think I affirmed. I was just like, no, this is going to work out. It's going to work out. This isn't cut out for it's not cut out for the jumpsuit life. You know what I'm saying? And when everybody was over here like, no, you need to just accept it. I was like, nope, I don't need to accept shit. So I choose not to, and therefore it all worked out in my favor. Yeah, and where people, when I told the story to people, they were absolutely amazed. They were like, there's no fucking way. And then they wanted to give all grace to the higher power. You know, they were like, they kept saying something, it has to be a higher power working in your favor, because something has to explain how you were able to walk away from all of that shit. When people go to freaking prison for like stealing California's stupid here. If you steal like a couple $100 worth of shit, you're going to jail. Okay. And everything's a crime. So, or everything's a felony count. So for me to beat the odds when people go to prison for way, way, way far less than what I was being accused of, I actually was not guilty, but I couldn't prove my case because there was no one would defend me, even though I paid 25 grand. Yeah, no one would defend, the courts are stupid here. So anyway, everything worked out in my favor. Everything went my way. And everybody was like, there's no fucking way. There's no way. Other than the fact that your higher power is clearly looking out for you. I was like, well, yeah, because I chose to not accept shit. So yes. Yeah, I could do that. Hey, Cece from Missouri. Welcome, bitch. We have a couple new people here. Well, lots of new people here. But, okay, are you guys ready to do something fun? Hold on. Let me get through these comments first. Okay, let's see here. What's the picture of SP needed for when you do the manifest for me? Because me and I have a little chatty chat a couple times a day with you with your SP. Okay, so that's why I need their picture, because I have a little chat with them. Okay, and I don't have any resistance to your SP. Okay, let's see. Ooh. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. Ooh, almost blocked Angela. My bad, bitch. That's right, Angela. Although you can't do math, bitch. But that's, you know what? Who am I to hate on you for not doing math? I can't do math. You said 80% and 10%. But yeah, when you persistent perfect boyfriend, that's the only thing you guys have to do. If I manifest for you, is play your part, persistent perfect boyfriend. So for that, you get more of that shit. Oh, you corrected it. Yeah, you can't help who don't want to be helped. They need help themselves. Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. You're right. I can't force you guys. I love how that was harassment. Oh God, their algorithm, it kills me. You do have to help yourselves. I can guide you guys till the wheels fall off. And I can tell you exactly what to fucking do, lay it all out for you, but I can't make your asses do it. All right, I think we're almost there, because I'm going to give you guys a technique, but I'm leaving you on a cliff. It's a cliffhanger. Hey, Amelia, girlfriend. Jen, can you go on a date with... Oh, can I go on a date with SP2 while also manifesting SP1? Yeah, of course you can go on a date with SP2. Hello. There's a reason he's SP2, okay? And then, yeah, Bayside Babe. Stop calling her 3P, third party. Start calling her gutter trash. And who cares if he mentioned that he bought a place with gutter trash? So what? You guys are annoying the shit out of me when it comes to this, because it's like, you put so much emphasis on the gutter trash. Now, I'm not saying to act like she doesn't exist, because I already told you that's not realistic advice. But you're constantly viewing gutter trash as the reason you and SP aren't together, the reason standing in between you and SP, which guess what that does? Keeps her right on here, right on in the picture. Versus if you would do what I said, Bayside Babe, and that is affirm the hoe away to the dumpster she crawled out of, then you wouldn't have this issue. Okay? On top of that, who cares if you bought a place? No, SP just mentioned that he bought a place so that you can live with him. Stop doing that. You stop changing, stop viewing her as a problem. No, we call them gutter trash because trash is here and you're fucking here, bitch. Like, no, I don't think so. So who's going to come in your reality and take your man from you? No, only if you fucking let her. So why do you keep letting her? Why do you keep keeping her in your reality for? For what? I already told you guys that if you're going to creep on their profile, because that's exactly how I know you know this, okay? If you're going to creep on their profile, then you better affirm your ass right through what you're seeing. Right through what you're seeing. Affirm, 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 the entire time you're on their profile. Therefore, your subconscious mind doesn't know what the fuck you just looked at. Okay? You need to continue to stay the path and understand there's the turnaround. Whatever has to happen for her to exit up your scene is exactly what's going to fucking happen. If you would stay the path and stay in the direction you're supposed to, bitch. Okay? I've already told you how to build the wedge between gutter trash and SP. Which tells me you didn't do that. Because she'd be playing her part perfectly. And by changing her identity, you cannot look at her like better than you. You cannot look at somebody like they're better than you, okay? Or any of that. Because it doesn't work that way, okay? You have to, and not like, oh, he's happy with her. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You need to shift her identity. And now she's exactly who you want her to be. Crazy. Yeah. Pathetic. Angry. Whatever you want her to be. A raging fucking bitch. Whatever. She has to play her part. She has to play her part. I'm going to exit you about the scene. No, confirm. Okay, oh, good Lord, okay, oh my God, okay. Oh my God, okay. How do you reject him saying he's not coming today? And say he is anyways, because I control his thoughts. Yeah, so if he says he's not coming today, you're like, okay. Okay. And then look at his picture and say, you're coming to see me today. Yeah, you're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. He'll change his mind. Yeah. Paige, do not accept what they say at all. Hey, welcome to a bestie. Mouth closed, Kurt. It depends on, I have a throat itch, tickle. It has to do with, it depends on what the toxic circumstances are. Okay, that, it would have, because there's level, it's what you label it, right? So a lot of people will say things are toxic when it's like, there's a range of toxicity, okay, or a spectrum. So it's like, if you want to let me know what the toxic circumstances are, then I can give you, or just like cliff note of it, or a hint of it, then I can tell you what it is. But if it's on the extremities, then I say walk away. It depends on how toxic it is. Okay? I've been manifesting SP for a month and a half. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Okay, Reg and Ara, we'll talk to both of you. I'd have to know what your circumstances are to see if you're doing something wrong. Clearly you are, because it's been a month and a half. Okay, and same with you, Ara. No, it's not just affirm and persist. Okay, yes, that's a part of it. You must persist, period. But a huge part of it for both of you is how you see your SP. What version of your SP are you selecting? Are you selecting asshole version, the version that broke your heart? The version he is today, right now? Or are you selecting perfect boyfriend version of who they are? That's where most people get it wrong, is when people are teaching how to manifest your SP, they'll be like, just affirm. If that was the case and all you had to do was affirm, everybody would be with their SPs. Everybody. Right? But that's not the case. is you have to see something different, right? You have to see the version of your SP that you want them to be for you and only you, because when you see them as that version of your perfect person, they change. This is why I think it's hilarious with law of assumption coaches that teach how to manifest an SP and tell you that they manifested an SP, not an X back, but just a new guy. Okay, that's not hard to do. Every single one of you manifested your SPs. Every single one of you manifested all your exes. So it's not rocket science to manifest a new person, but ask yourself, do they sit there and affirm for somebody new? No, they didn't. What they did was get clear on the person that they want, the type of relationship they want. That's what they got clear on. And then here comes their SP that checks all those fucking boxes. That's how they did it. That's how they did it, which tells me if they're telling you certain things, they don't know what they're talking about. Because manifesting somebody new and manifesting an SP back, they're two totally different things, okay? But have some similarities, like what I just talked about, is that it's how you see that person, getting clear on what you want in a relationship, what you want from somebody. Then that person your Prince Charming starts to show up. You know, it's like with me and my boyfriend. He's been in my place because he's the maintenance guy here. He's been in my place for 5 years. It was a long time. And every time, but I didn't pay him any attention at all. I didn't pay him any attention at all until I made the decision that I wanted something new, something different. And I got clear on the kind of relationship I wanted to have. Thanks, Pa. I got clear on the kind of relationship I wanted to have, and then guess what? Now I noticed him. He came down to the pool, which he's not a pool guy at all. And he came down to the pool and we started talking. All of a sudden, I noticed him because he was everything completely opposite of everything I've ever been dated. But that's because I got clear and made a decision about what I wanted, right? So you have to see your SPs in that light, get clear on what you want out of a perfect relationship, what you want from all that stuff. And then affirm for what you want. And affirming for what you want, yes, baby, I can. Affirming for what you want is because when you affirm for what you want, it just keeps your thoughts in check. That's the only thing. So you can't think about the old shit if you're keeping your thoughts in check. Okay, that's where affirming comes in. And then persisting in twofold. Your affirmations and persisting in perfect boyfriend. Perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend. No matter what the fuck he says, no matter what he does. And then learning how to shut the hell up. Yeah. That's because when they come back, you have to keep them. And the only way you're going to keep them is by doing things differently than you did in your relationship. And that's learning how to shut the hell up. I'd have to see what your affirmations are, but most likely you're not affirming for movement. And you're probably wavering. But this is where we get honest with ourselves. Okay, Reg? Where we get honest with ourselves and say, do I honestly see him as the perfect boyfriend, or do I find myself going down memory fucking lane and bitching about the things that he does, or recalling the hurt that he created, or the things that he said? If that's the case, you're not persisting in perfect boyfriend. You need to see that version of him now, because if I was to tell you to contact him right now, how does that make you feel? And do you know if he would respond? If the answer to that is no, well, then you're not persisting in perfect boyfriend. Okay? Yeah, Shem, that's where you feel the dead airspace. You feel the dead airspace. Okay, so let's walk down real quick, because we have a lot of new people here. I need you guys to understand that you created the breakup. Whether you want to lie to yourself or not, you created this nonsense. Okay? So my job here is for anybody new here is to get you to realize you actually caused all this. Because the minute you can realize you caused the breakup, you can realize you can cause the makeup. Okay? And a large part of this is how you see each other, right? When you first met, you were smitten. Oh my gosh, he was checking all the boxes, right? They seemed perfect for you. And so things escalated in your relationship, right? You guys started talking all the time. Then you guys started hanging out all the time. Then you were in a whole ass relationship. Right now you're in love and the whole bit. Relationship escalates rather fast. Then you have an argument, which started as a disagreement. But most ladies can't shut the fuck up. And so because you can't shut up, it turns into an argument. And now and when the argument's done, the argument continues in your fucking mind. You're still bitching about it. You're still thinking about all the things that he said to you and how fucking dare him talk to me that way. He said the rude things, and you're replaying the conversation in your mind. Right? And then most oftentimes you're fucking calling your besties, you're calling your parents, everybody that will listen to bitch about your best P. Okay? And then you guys brush things aside and you make up. And then you have another argument. That started the same way as a disagreement, but went the same way as argument number one. And you did the exact same thing. Bitch, bitch, bitch. Recall all the things he said to you and all that stuff. Then you kept it pushing. And as your relationship progresses, you start to notice that... Hold on, guys. As your relationship progresses, you start to notice that you... Okay, sorry. So as your relationship progresses, you start to notice that your arguments start to become a little bit more frequent. Right? And over and over and over again, talk a little bit more, they become a little bit more frequent, a little bit more frequent. And then now you find yourself saying, I don't even recognize this guy anymore. He's not the same guy I fell in love with. Like, something is different. He's changed. He's changed. He's not the same. And your relationship starts to go on the decline rather fast. Then towards the end of your relationship, at some point, you started questioning your relationship altogether and started saying things like, does he still love me? Does he even care about me? Are we good? Is he going to break up with me? Are we going to break up? Are we, like, what's the deal with our relationship? Some of you guys will ask your SP. And then the breakup. And now, what do you do after the breakup? Oh, after the breakup? Oh, now you do nothing but try to force a 3D. Force a 3D, force a 3D. Let me call him 55,000 times. And if he doesn't answer those, let me call him private number, because he just might not know it's me. And then let me go ahead and blow his shit up. Let me go ahead and text him like it's going out of fucking style. And he's not responding to the first 2,500, but maybe he'll respond to the next one. And then let me go on social media now. Let me start liking all his stuff. And let me start doing all that to try and get his attention. And now you're blocked, ghosted. He doesn't want to talk to you because all you did was force a 3D. Sound familiar? It's everybody's relationship. But the good thing is you can cause the makeup just like you caused the breakup. It's all you. It was all you. Because the more you argued, the more you had disagreements, the more you did that and it continued, guess what? You kept selecting a worse version of him over time. You started changing how you viewed him. Thus selecting different version of SP over and over and over again until shit hit the fan. Until shit hit the fan. What are you talking about, Deanie? I have no idea what you're talking about. I won't negate the other half of that statement because that's actually true. I know, Pa. I talked to somebody earlier today that literally was like, I could literally see everything that happened. I thought about it. prior to it happening. Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. One does this say, Coach, but we are talking about your husband. What was the question from somebody before I came in? Okay. Jen, me and my SP were great, but I don't him about my diagnosis and hadn't heard from him since. Well, I don't, it's just Sneha. I don't know why you blocked him, right? For what? I'm not going to say it's a bad thing you blocked him, but I don't know for what purpose you blocked him. Usually, the ladies are the ones being blocked. Because you guys become stalkers after the breakup. But and if you want to reword your message a little bit, because I don't know what you're saying, but you don't him, is it you told him about a diagnosis or you didn't tell him about a diagnosis? I'm going to assume you told him about a diagnosis and hadn't heard from him since. But ask yourself, what was the conversation okay, yeah, you told him. What was the conversation in your mind prior to you telling him about the diagnosis? And then, thanks, Pod Girlfriend. And then also, you have to look at what the conversation was prior to telling him about the diagnosis. And then also, what was your conversation in your mind after you told him about the diagnosis? Okay. Because the conversation after you told him about the diagnosis could very much be why you haven't heard from him. Okay? Versus some people are not, some people don't know how to respond, we'll say, to something like that. You know, what if, what if you told him about your diagnosis based on what it was, and he just doesn't know what to say? Like, he doesn't know what to say. I know that's not a good justification, but that's what you need to tell yourself. I felt like he wouldn't accept me after I told him. Oh, well, there we go. Well, here we go. Okay. Yeah, you felt like he wouldn't accept you after you told him, and that pushed out. Okay, so it's okay because you can change that, right? He needed time. Well, he's had enough fucking time. And you know what? He actually is completely understanding and wants to support me through my healing journey, right? He wants to stand. He always stands by my side through thick and thin. Doesn't matter what's going on. He always stands by my side, and he's always there to support me, no matter what. Turn that around, but don't feel like he wouldn't accept that. Because if somebody loves you, why wouldn't they accept a diagnosis? Why wouldn't they stand by you, right? In all honesty, that's where I knew something had to be wrong, because typically that's when people stand together the most, right? That's when people are like, oh my God, I definitely need to be there for her, you know, no matter what it is. So we need to fix that. Hold on. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay. I blocked him because I couldn't deal with his social media. I gave him 0 options. Rose. No, Rose. That's not what we do here, okay? We do not assign negative meaning to shit here. And we definitely never, ever, not in my community, do I allow creating assumptions in people. And I'm not saying you're doing anything maliciously, but I don't ever want anybody to create an assumption about their SP is now being an avoidant personality. No, because that absolutely does not help her. Okay, by viewing someone as an avoidant means that he needs to continue to avoid her. No, that's not what she wants. So we definitely don't refer to SPs as avoidant because that goes opposite of what it is that she wants. Okay, instead he's he has a very attentive personality, a very supportive personality, a stand by your side man, never leaves you when you're down. That's the personality that he has. Hey, you know what? Sometimes I only affirm when I feel like my negative thoughts are getting the best of me. Is that okay? Yeah, of course. That's what it's for. But here's the thing. This is not like a fire hose where it's like, okay, I'm going to go see my SP in an hour. So I'll start affirming, right? Like that's not how that works. I mean, you can do that because a lot of people have done that. It just depends on what it is that you're affirming for. But that's the whole point is I never say affirm your life away, but yeah, when you feel like your negative thoughts are getting the best of you, yeah, affirm. So therefore they don't come up. Okay. Jacques, send me a message so I can send that to you. Sorry, my bad. My bad. But send me a message, I'll send it over to you because it's done. But how do I reaffirm the opposite? You need to start seeing him as that person that stands by you. Because you have to look at it this way, Justina. There's only one reason why you felt that he wouldn't, because you don't see him as the person who is absolutely supportive of anything that you're going through, as the person that would stand by your side regardless of anything, right? You're not seeing him as that version for you. So if you were to see him as that version, then guess what? Then he has to show up that way. He literally has to show up that way. Okay. And so it's more how you're describing him than anything else, because there's no way if you thought that this man was like your everything, your perfect boyfriend, that you would have thought he would have walked away knowing you have a diagnosis. There's no way, because perfect boyfriends would never, ever do that, ever. So you have to start seeing him as the perfect boyfriend for you. Perfect. Got it, Jacques. So you have to start seeing him as the perfect boyfriend for you. Okay. And so add that into your description. You should have a description of your SP. So add that into your description. Now he's absolutely, and tell yourself this, no, he's absolutely the most supportive boyfriend in the world. He stands by me regardless. He always stands by my side. Okay. Go to that. And he will come back and be like, yeah, I absolutely am going to be here for you. 1000%, because he's supportive. Okay? You need to tell him that. Or you need to tell yourself that. Oh, yeah, I know. Shock, I know. No, Ren, you can. Well, for you, Ren, yeah, you can, because your SP lives in a whole ass another country, right? So why wouldn't he miss you, right? Because he lives in a whole nother country. So for you, yeah, you can. Hey, girly pop pop. I feel like I shouldn't even acknowledge your fucking question, AJ. You tell me, bitch. Because I see you on my calendar. But you tell me if you'll be on our call tomorrow. Okay, so hi John. So let's have some fun, okay? Oh, okay. What's your question about everyone as you pushed out? Okay, well, what you can ask your question about everyone as you pushed out, okay? That's literally your name on TikTok. All right, so let's have a little fun, okay? So hold on. Oh shit, Cece, look at you every day, every day. Sounds like the story of my life when it comes to the lottery, but I'm changing that. But yeah, every day, money comes to you from everywhere. Every single day, look at you getting more money in your bank account. When I was younger, I sent my ex a nude pic and he leaked it. Was it my assumption that manifested that? Yes. I wouldn't necessarily say it's your assumption. Okay, so the way everyone is you pushed out is not you reflecting onto everyone, right? Because not yourself or your thoughts reflecting onto everyone, because if that was the case, everyone would treat you the same, okay? However, everyone as you pushed out means that everybody in your reality is only showing up based on your assumptions of them. Okay, so I won't say that you necessarily manifested your ex leaking a nude pic of you online. However, you may have had you had an assumption about either you thought that when you sent it, right? You could have very much thought that when you sent it, or told him, right? Or told him that, like, keep this to yourself, like, you know. So then that manifested, or you thought about it, like, I really hope this doesn't get out, and he doesn't show anyone, right? Then that could have manifested it too, or you had an assumption about your SP at the time that caused him to do that. Like, maybe like he, I can't trust him. He's an asshole. Like, he does shady shit. Like, all of those things could have caused that. But most likely, I'm willing to bank that you had a thought. That is not everyone as you pushed out, okay? But that you had a thought when you sent that picture or prior to sending it, that you hope he keeps this to himself, which he had to play the part you now assigned him. And that was to not keep it to himself, right? So that wasn't everyone as you pushed out, okay? Everyone as you pushed out is based on your assumptions of that person, who you think they are, how you view them as a person, okay? But when they do things like that, oftentimes that's because you thought about it once and never thought about it again, or maybe thought about it a couple times before sending that picture. That's what pushed out. It wasn't your assumption of him necessarily, but it was the assumption of what he would do with that picture when you sent it to him. Okay, that's obvious. That's what pushed out. Okay, and so that was a manifestation. 1,000%. You did manifest that, but it wasn't everyone as you pushed out. It was simply a manifestation because it was a thought that pushed out. Right? Because your thoughts are affirmations, and you process 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts a day. So your thought, if our thoughts are all affirmations, even the negative shit, that's exactly why it pushed out, because that's why we're always manifesting, is because of our thoughts that we don't flip. Yeah, you can revise it 1,000%. You can revise it. Do you know if it's still out there? If it is out there, still, then I would, we can either visualize something different, You can hear a conversation, or you can just affirm the opposite. Like, no, I have no nude pics online. Literally none. I have no nude pics online. Right? That never happened. Okay? Or whatever you want to do. But yeah, you can revise the whole thing, especially if you know it's still out there. Men are creeps. Sometimes. How to the regret and guilt of how you treat. Of course, Jacques, but well, you can go sign up for my master. You can go sign up for my live event. We'll start there, where I'm going to walk you through releasing your negative emotions, in which guilt is one of them. So therefore, you don't have any past guilt when it comes to your SP. You won't have any past guilt about anything in your entire fucking life, actually. And so you can do that, or forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself and be like, no, I'm the perfect girlfriend. I'm the perfect girlfriend. I'm the perfect girlfriend. Okay, you need to get over it. Okay, and that's it. All right, now we're gonna have fun real quick. Okay. So here's how you're going to know here's the thing, okay? I don't think anybody in this world has an innate ability that other people do not. There's nobody deciding, hey, Michael, there's nobody deciding, well, this person, we're going to give innate superpowers to, but the rest of society, nah. I don't fucking think so. You know, you can't help it. Okay, so you have to look at it that way, right? There's nobody deciding who the fuck has superpowers and special abilities, and the rest of society is just screwed. No, sorry. It's not genetically in your powers. They are. Everything's an assumption. Everything boils down to an assumption, okay? So it's like literally everything boils down to an assumption. If you choose to accept something, it will be true for you. Okay, so here we're going to pause the questions for a second. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do, because again, Jacques, pay attention, because you're on your own psychics. Okay, so I want you guys to do this. If you're somewhere, don't worry about it right now. But what I want you to do when you have free time is to, remember I told you guys to ask your subconscious mind certain things and listen to the first answer that pops up. Well, what I want you guys to do is stand up, right? You don't have to do this now, but I want you to stand up and just have like regular, like no legs apart, just stand up, okay? In fact, put your feet closer together, okay? And you're gonna ask yourself a question. You're going to ask yourself this. You're going to say, literally, you could ask yourself, because I want you guys to know the difference. So let's say you're wearing a blue shirt today. Okay. You could say, I'm wearing a red shirt. I'm wearing a red shirt today. You will find, okay, let me back up. Okay. So let's say you're wearing a red shirt today. You could ask yourself, you say, I'm wearing a red shirt today. You will find yourself, you will find yourself starting to sway in a certain direction. Okay. And that's your yes. Okay. Typically it's, in my experience, it's forward. Okay. So then you say something else. Like, let's say I have a Stanley Cup, right? So, and it's pink. So then I would say, I have a white Stanley Cup. You will find yourself swaying in the opposite direction because I don't have a white Stanley Cup. Okay. So therefore you will find yourself start to sway backwards, the opposite direction. That's your no. Okay. So now this is where you're going to power your psychic abilities. So now you're going to say, will me and my SP get back together? You already have your yes and your no, because you've said one fact, one thing that's true. It sways one direction to tell you, yes, that's true for you. You said one thing that is not true, and you swayed the opposite direction. So now you have your yes and your no. Okay, so now you say, will me and my SP get back together? Which direction are you swaying? Now, this is not force. You're not forcing a sway. You're noticing that you are naturally rocking a certain direction. Well, now you know your answer. So drop the fucking resistance. Oh, okay, Christine. Okay, Christine. No. You can ask it a little bit different, okay? But you will find that, ask it again, okay? Does my SP love me? You will notice you'll sway a different direction, okay? And so there's your answer. There you go. Now you can drop the fucking resistance to your SP and be like, all right, I got this, bitch. Okay. And now I know. So I got this. Okay. It's, I used to do this for fun. I used to literally do this for fun. Okay. And you're seriously, like, I used to do this for fun for all kinds of things. You can do, yeah, absolutely. You can do, like, I used to do the pendulum method too. There's a pendulum. It's not even a method. This is like random shit. Okay. Yeah. It's like random stuff that your subconscious, Lisa, I can imagine you pulling into the parking lot. You're like, hold on, I need to get the fuck out of my car real quick. Terry, I was giving you guys an assignment. I said, let's have fun with your subconscious mind. I used to do this all the time. And it's your innate psychic ability. So what you do is you ask yourself, absolutely, absolutely, it is a yes. Tell yourself that. You can ask yourself something else too. Does my SP, say his name, does he love me? You'll find yourself swaying a certain direction. Are we going to get married? Find yourself saying a certain direction. So Terry, that's what I was telling people. As I said, your subconscious mind knows everything. It's got everything planned out for you. So I said, if you want to have a little bit of fun with yourself and you want to know what the outcome of your relationship is, so you guys can drop the bullshit resistance and just know, okay, is you say something like, if you're whatever color shirt you're wearing, right, you can literally be like, I'm wearing a red shirt today. And you will start to sway a certain direction. That is yes. Okay. Put your feet a little bit closer together. Okay. You don't sway really when your feet are apart. Okay. But closer together. And you'll find that you will start to sway a certain direction. Then you say something that you know is not true. So like, my Stanley Cup is pink. I would say I have a white Stanley Cup. And it will sway the opposite direction. Now you have your yes and your no. Now fucking have fun with it. And now you guys all know that you're going to you're getting back together with your SP. So fucking relax, drop the resistance, relax, and just know your subconscious mind knows everything. Its job is to prove you right. Its job is to push everything out. Understand that. Let me take a screenshot of that one there. That's a good one. Oh, and I just got approved to have a merch shop on YouTube. How fucking cool is that shit? Yeah, there's also another thing that I used to do called the pendulum. Because again, your subconscious mind knows everything about you. So let's say you can't find something, right? You would use what's called the pendulum. It could be anything, to be quite honest, but I have actual pendulums. So you would hold it up and you would ask yourself, you'd be like, where is this thing? Like, let's say you lost a file or a paper or something, and you'd be like, where? Or like, well, like Adrienne, who lost her watches, you'd be like, where are my watches? It will start to sway a certain direction. So it's either that way or that way, okay? Because it's swaying a certain direction. Unless the wall's right there, right? It would be that way. So then it's like, okay. So then you move that way to like another place, and you say, where are my watches? And it will start to sway another direction. So you follow it both directions, unless, like I said, unless there's a wall in the one direction and nothing there. You would follow it and it will lead you directly to where your shit is, because your subconscious mind knows where it is. It knows where you put it. Consciously, you don't remember where you put it. So it knows all of that stuff. So that's actually a lot of fun to do things like that. I had I had my friend do that. Oh, at least it was like, will we get married? But it actually, I had my friend do that when he couldn't find some shit. And he was like, this is so fucking stupid. I said, just do it. And then he actually found it. He was like, no fucking way. I was like, yeah, because your subconscious mind knows where you put things. Okay? And so you can do that with anything. I mean, you can literally get like a string and put a fucking, well, yeah, anything really. You can use anything really. But I use a pendulum just because, well, I was at an event and they were giving them away, so I might have been working that event and took 5. I think I had a lot more. No, Jennifer, it's not. That's right, baby. That is right. No, Jennifer, it's not wrong if you contact them. It's only wrong if you contact them and get all in your feelings about the shit. Okay? If you need to know how they're going to respond. I don't think there's anything wrong in contacting them, but know how they're going to respond. I know, Lisa. Therefore, now you are your own psychic. Look at that. No psychic needed. Because your subconscious mind takes you at your word, it pushes everything out, right? So it knows exactly, it's got your whole plan knocked out. It knows exactly how you're supposed to get things too. Okay? So you can actually ask it more specific questions if you wanted to narrow it down, Lisa, like, is he, You can actually ask it more specific questions too, like, are we going to get married in 2026? Yes, well, I am your psychic. But now I just tell you how you can be your own psychic in other things of your life. Yeah. I try to help you guys out here. By teaching you all the cool random shit I forget that I did from so much. I've done so many different things. I told you my background is NLP, right? Subconscious mind. That is my background. And so I've tried to do, I've done many different things. I keep forgetting about stupid little simple techniques that I used to do to have fun with it. It's a whole lot better than, going to a fucking psychic that tells you bullshit. Yeah, of course. Of course. It depends on what it is. It doesn't mean you never take it at its word, right? I mean, I take it at its word when it tells me what I want, but never let that change your assumption, even if it doesn't. Okay. Instead, that just means I need to create that new neural pathway, which is in the subconscious, that says otherwise. That literally says otherwise. Okay. Because when you do that, you're totally fine. Is it normal to feel anxious when I wake up after hearing my own sleep tape? Oh, bro, I'm not going to say yes. Like, no, I don't think it's normal to do that. I don't think it's normal, but let's test the theory. Okay, let's see if it is your sleep tape. Okay, so instead, I posted one in the group on self-concept. Thanks, baby sister. I posted one in the group on self-concept. I'll have to go dig it up. But if you're, no, you can't even type self-fucking-concept because there'd probably be a shit ton of comments. Let me go ahead and drop another one in there, okay, for anybody that's new. Listen to that. See if you wake up feeling the same way. Okay, if you don't wake up feeling the same way, Thanksgiving fun, sister. If you don't wake up feeling the same way after listening to mine, then yes, it's yours. We'll do a little trial and error there to find out. Love you, Cami Fines. Okay, so yeah, affirming the opposite is always key to what you want, right? But to stay the course, you have to stay the course, okay? Yeah, Justina, yes, you are. Yes, you are. We're wired that way to have negative thoughts, right? But we have to push them out. We have to push them out and flip them, right? I told you guys, you guys can create whatever assumption you guys want. So you should have 2 sets of affirmations that you're saying on a loop 5 times a day for 5 minutes a day at least, and they flip your thoughts throughout the day. But your 2 sets of affirmations should be, 1 set is designed to set the rules for manifesting for you, okay? Designed to set your rules. And then 2 is for SP, right? In which one of those affirmations for SP should be your SP, his name, is the easiest for you to manifest. Okay, so therefore he's the easiest for you to manifest. Because think longevity-wise, right? If you have that assumption, well now they instantly and quickly do what you want because he's the easiest for me to fucking manifest. Over and over and over again, he'll do what I want, right? Then you have 1 set of affirmations for the rules. So you can say anything you want for your rules. You know yourself, okay? Better than anything. Now remember, these need to become assumptions, okay? So until it's an assumption, you still need to flip your thoughts, okay? And you'll know if it's an assumption because it'll just be something that you just know and you'll just stop affirming for it. But you can literally say, I'm a master at manifesting. I always get what I want. I always get what I want and it comes to me in 3 days. My negative thoughts don't manifest. My negative thoughts, for a lot of you guys need that shit. My negative thoughts don't manifest. My negative thoughts don't manifest. My negative thoughts don't. Hell, if that was the only fucking one that you had for rules, I think you'd benefit tremendously from it. My negative thoughts don't manifest. I always get what I want. It comes to me in 3 days. My negative thoughts don't manifest. I always get what I want. It comes to me in 3 days. Therefore, you've set the baseline. You've set the rules. Everything always goes my way. Now you've set the rules for yourself, right? Remember, so many people forget that Neville Goddard, he set his own rules. Those don't have to be every fucking body's rules, okay? You can make your own rules. You're the creator. You can create whatever rules you fucking want. So, maybe that's what my video will be about today. Making the rules setting the rules for your manifestation. What is it that you want? If you find that you're fucking wavering, be like, I don't waver. I never 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 waver. Everything is going to be your subconscious reprogramming. Let me go back to what you said earlier. No, okay, yeah, no. When you're coming to, no, I'm not going to say no, because your subconscious mind isn't, I don't want you to connect anxious to subconscious reprogramming. And, unless that's going to benefit you. Instead, if you're waking up feeling anxious, you could just be like, instead of saying it's anxious, be like, no, actually, I wake up every day and I'm excited, right? I'm so excited because it's here. Yeah, it's here. Okay, change the label of that. Instead of anxious, it's now excitement. It's the same feeling inside. Abuja, we're great. We are great. There you go, Lisa. Whatever I affirm comes to me in 24 hours. Comes to me immediately. That's what I used to say. Whatever I affirm comes to me immediately. Whatever I affirm comes to me immediately. How do you demand without waiting or checking for it? All right, glitter sparkles. How do you demand without waiting or checking for it? Okay, well, you just be, right? You just have to be in the knowing. In the knowing is the more, because if you're waiting or checking for something, you won't ever have to check. There's nothing to check. Confirmation comes automatically. You will never have to check because confirmation will come. So there's no need to do that. And then waiting for what? I don't wait for shit. I don't wait for shit. So when I would affirm and when I would stay focused, I didn't look at time, because when you're in the waiting game, time creates more time, right? And when you're checking for it, that means it's not here and you don't have it. So all that does is screw up your manifestation and delay it over and over and over again. It doesn't screw it up, excuse me, it delays it repeatedly because you're checking and checking and checking. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? You can't do that. Okay. Thanks, Ray Boo. Okay. So you can't do that. So instead, you need to flip that. Okay. And say, because I didn't check for what? And I certainly don't wait for shit. I'm impatient. So that's where I said, if I had to affirm every waking second I got, that's exactly what I did. Because I wanted to keep my thoughts in check, which is why I believe it happened. I got movement so fast, right? Which is why I was able to manifest my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in 4 weeks. Because I was persisting. Persist, check what? I don't need to check a goddamn thing. And when I do see something, I'll assign the meaning I want it to mean. That's all I'll do. If he went to Costco 80 times in 1 month, well, that's exactly where the fuck he went. Didn't even matter. It didn't matter. I assigned the meaning to everything that I wanted it to mean. I didn't have time to... Well, it's because for me, it was common sense. Like, let's be honest. For me, it was common sense to only think what I want to think and not make up stories that don't fucking help me. You know, like I wouldn't want to do that. So instead, I'd rather stay focused and think the thoughts that I wanted to think and create the stories in my mind that I wanted to believe versus the opposite. Versus the opposite. For what? No thanks. No thanks. So that's why I persisted. Oh, you're right. I didn't call you bruh. You're right. Yeah, for God. Good. That's right. Trust, mama. Okay. So here you go. Let's leverage what you know, okay? Because it's about leveraging the law here. So you said, every time I do my affirmations, he calls. Contact isn't an issue. It's commitment. So why don't you start affirming for commitment? He's going to commit to me right now. He's going to commit to me right now. He is going to commit to me right now. He is going to commit to me right now. Since you know that your affirmations work, so start affirming for commitment. And start seeing yourself in a committed relationship, in a relationship with your SP. I tell you guys, that's where a lot of you guys go wrong, is you're waiting for commitment. I want commitment. Well, then decide you have it. Decide you have it. Okay? And if you can't decide you have it, then affirm for it. He's going to commit to me right now. He is going to commit to me right now. Oh, right. It is time to cut. Hold your questions, por favor. That's pretty good, huh? My Spanish teacher in high school used to always call me up to do the demonstrations. I said, why? I cannot roll my R's. So why do you want to embarrass me? Just like my PE teacher during, physical fitness week or whatever the hell they call that crap. I hated PE. I hated PE. I think it should be a sin that we have to go to PE. Mainly just take out the goddamn mile and I'm good. Now it's like 1.5 miles. Who the hell says that? And then how are you going to tell me how fast I should run that shit? And it's going to affect your grade. If I can't run that crap in less than 11 minutes. So he used to always call me up and be like, Jen, do a pull-up. And I was like, I can't do that shit. Like at all. I will hang there like a fucking stupid monkey. I will hang there. And I will be trying. And you won't see an ounce of me move. You literally, I'll be like this. And I'll try. This is how I stay. Did you affirm that he contacted you already before you did? Like it already happened? Azora, no, I said, well, yeah, I said he's always calling and texting me. We were in no contact. I didn't have his phone number. He had changed his phone number. So we were, and he didn't do it because of me, but we were in no contact. I didn't even have a phone number for him. So yeah, I affirmed he's always calling and texting me. Everything needs to be current right now, or as like he's doing something now. EC, I'd have to know your current situation. Whatever works for you. All I said was, he's so in love with me, he wants to live with me right now. That's what I said. And then I chose a date. And I was off by 5 minutes. Yeah, Justnia, it's how you describe him, right? You need to describe your SP as like very supportive. He is the most supportive and attentive man ever. He stands by my side through everything. Through everything. Okay? Everything implies exactly that, a health condition, right? And, you know, he wants to be there throughout my entire recovery, you know, or whatever you're going through. Is you need to start describing him as that version of him. And in fact, he's calling me right now. He's calling me. He's going to call me right now. He totally supports. He's totally going to. He wants to be there for me right now. Like he wants to support me right now. He's very attentive. You need to start telling yourself that, because like I said, there's most people, especially if everything with you guys were going great. It's very odd for everything to be great in your relationship and then slip back because of a health condition for him to not talk to you. Usually it's the complete opposite. Okay. So that's why we need to change that. Yes, Pepper, you can turn your affirmations into askformations. If you guys don't know what an askformation is, an askformation is a question. Okay. So you can literally be like, why is he so obsessed with me? You know, why is he always calling and texting me? Like, Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? Because when you ask a question, typically we don't ask questions. Typically we don't ask ourselves questions about things that are not true. Why would you ask a question about something that isn't true? Right? So at least true for you. Okay. So instead, askformations are saying that, like, yeah, why is he constantly spending time with me? Why is he begging for me? Why is he begging to be together right now? Right? All of those things are askformations. It's just flipping it into a question. I never did either, Rich. But Taylor, I was like good for one lap. And then we just like walk and fucking chat. One time, to get out of running the mile, I pretended like I passed out on the track. I pretended like I passed out on the track and had to go to a nurse. You mean, how can you forgive yourself for acting crazy with your SP in the past? You need to forgive yourself. Just look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm sorry. You gotta let it go. There's nothing to forgive, okay? You didn't know. You have to look at it this way. You didn't know what you didn't know, right? You were running on autopilot the entire time, so you didn't know anything different. So now that you know, now it's just time, it's just a matter of course correcting. But what you did is no different than what every fucking body else in society does. Okay? So you reacted, that's like everybody else. You thought thoughts against what you wanted, that's like everybody else, right? You said things out of your mouth in the heat of the moment, just like every fucking body else. So it's not like you went and took a bat to this man and just beat his ass. Like, then you might need to forgive yourself for that. But you didn't do that, okay? So it's like, I didn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? Whoops, my bad. Didn't know any better, but now I do. So I'm going to let that shit die, and I'm going to freaking pick myself up, dust myself off, and move fucking forward. There's nothing to forgive. Nothing to forgive because you didn't know anything different. You guys are hurting yourself by blaming yourself for shit. Okay? For blaming yourself for things that aren't beneficial to you. What good does it do to blame yourself for mistakes you made in the past? What good does that do? It doesn't, you can't change it. You know what I'm saying? The past is gone, so you can't do anything about that shit anyway, so why dwell on the shit? It's completely out of your control. It has this is where I say is you need to let that shit die. Because you can't go back and change the shit unless you want to revise. Okay? But for what? Just pick yourself up, fucking move forward. Just move forward. You gonna drive down the highway? You gonna drive from here to Las Vegas? It's 4 hours, by the way. You gonna drive from here to Las Vegas backwards? No, you're not. So why do you guys need to go down memory fucking lane and recall hurtful things that were said? None of that can change unless you revise it. But why go through revision when you could just start telling different fucking stories starting now? Why can't you just do that instead? There's no point in going back and racking yourself up with guilt and all this shit when it doesn't help you. And that's the whole point, is you should only be doing things that help you. Of course he really wants to see you, Paige. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Hey, Gail. Of course he will. Well, now you do. Now you do. Now you absolutely are supporting her business. Okay? And, you have to have some thick skin in the game when you are in the public, as Honey Bun, as her, supporter. That's what you had to deal with. But you know what? Instead of it being looked at as jealousy, it should be looked at as flattery. Like flattery. Being like, that's right, look at all these people giving my honey attention. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. I was practicing for my debut in acting. It was so dramatic too. I was just like, fell to the floor. Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. Okay. She compares me with others and how they would not act. So I understand this. I'm actually dealing with a client for the same thing right now. And I told her, Jacques, I said, so why don't you start showing her the person she fell in love with? Why don't you start showing that side of yourself instead? Okay, because same with her. I told her that. I said, you need to start showing him the version of you that, he was interested in, that he loved, that he was into. Instead of, crazy, obsessive stalker now. right? She's not a stalker, but crazy, you know, she reacts to a lot of things. I said, I don't think you were this reactive back then. She goes, no, I wasn't. I said, right. So why don't you show that side of yourself again to him? And then honey will be like, this is the woman that I love. That's right. Yeah, I'm seeing a different side of her. Now there's nothing to compare. There's nothing to compare. Because you know why they're comparing. Because of you having jealous tendencies. Because of you reacting to shit. Versus other people had more self-confidence. And we're like, no. No. Okay. So Jacques, then change the shit. Then change it. Change it right now. Change it right now. Okay? I'm not playing with you, bitch, because we already talked. Okay? We already talked. You need to change it now. Okay? Okay, hold your questions because we're going to do the energy cord cutting and I don't know if we have time to do that today. We should do that because I do have to go to the ladies' room. Okay, so we're going to do the energy cord cutting with your SP. And then we're also, so hold your questions, please. Then we're also we're going to do energy cord cutting and then we're going to do contact. Okay? We're going to do the photo method. Thanks, Brahma. I need to eventually appear. We'll do and then we're going to do the photo method. We do them back to back. Okay? So get your, everybody, if you're new here too, it doesn't matter, get your SP's photo out. Okay? While I explain the energy cord cutting. I do have this video for the cord cutting. I do have both videos to my profile. Okay, so if you go onto my TikTok, you will see the photo method is pinned to the top. It's got like 39,000 views. That's pinned to the top. The second one, the energy cord cutting, is I have a series of 3 videos, all in red shirts. It's the first one of the red shirt trilogy. Okay, so the way we do cord cutting is a very simple process. It's a visualization process. It takes 1 to 2 minutes max. It takes like 2 minutes max, okay? Where I walk you through something and I walk you through a visualization technique. If you can't get all into the details, don't worry about it. It still works. I'm not a huge visualizer, okay? And it works for me. When I did this, you're welcome, the Boo. When I did this, I got contact from an ex. I was not trying to manifest them back, but I got contact within 72 hours or less. And I hadn't talked to him in 8 years, where he's like, hey, I was just thinking about you. How you doing? You know, so that's how this works, okay? So we want to cut that energy. You're not cutting your SP out of your life. You're cutting the energy, the toxic energy. Yeah, you're totally fine. You're cutting the toxic energy out, okay, out of your life. So therefore, it's not compounded over time like it is in your relationship, right? That energy, that stale energy is still together, okay? It's still connected to you and your SP. We want to break that energy so it is fresh energy. It's new energy. It's not built up energy through the time of your life, okay, through the time of your thing. We may have to change. I think I'm going to delete one of the groups within the communities because I don't, hey, Sarah Elizabeth, girlfriend, because I don't think it's going to benefit you, to be quite frank. So anyway, okay. So, yeah, we're going to eliminate one of the groups, okay? Because I think you guys need to focus on your own manifestation journeys at the current second and not saving the world, okay? So anyway, we're going to do the cord cutting, okay? All right, so I want you to get in someplace nice and comfy, cozy. And you don't have to lay down. You can sit your ass up. And I want you to close your eyes, okay? Close them now. Take 3 breaths in and out. Now I want you to imagine that you're in a theater. And it's a dark theater. There's only you there. And you're sitting in the middle of this theater, and in front of you, there's a stage. And on this stage, there's a beam of light that goes from the top of the stage, that goes from the ceiling to the center of the stage, like a stage light. And I want you to look into that light. And as you look into that light, you start to notice that you're actually not alone. That off in the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the light, you notice a shadowy figure. Now direct your attention to the shadowy figure. I want you to notice as you focus on the shadowy figure, you realize that that is your SP. Now I want you to call your SP, say his name, to the center of the stage and into the light. Now, as your SP starts to walk into the light, you start to notice that you start to notice their facial features, their physical body. And you also notice that there is a gold cord that runs from your third eye directly into their third eye. Now, I want you to ask your SP these two questions, and I want you to hear them. If you can hear their voice, great. If you can't, it's okay. But I want you to hear them respond. Ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you, yes. Now ask them, do you love me? Also hear them tell you, yes. Now I want you to say these 4 things to your SP, but this time, they're not going to respond. I want you to look at your SP in his eyes, and I want you to say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now, reach up with your hands as if they're a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that runs from your third eye. And as the gold cord starts to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand, and I want you to pull the roots of that cord out of your third eye and just toss them aside. Now, as the cord begins to continue to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And as it floats away, it gets smaller and smaller, and they get farther and farther, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller until they just disappear. Now, I want you to take one more breath in and out and open up your eyes. All right, that is the cord cutting. And now I want you to expect them to think of you. Because this time, because they will think of you, probably now. But this time when they think of you, it will be a different feeling. They will think of you. There we go, Robin. See what I'm saying? But this time when they think of you, it's different. They're thinking of you differently than they were before, which is what's going to cause them to contact you, because they're going to sit there like, huh? Because right now, your SP, every time you do this, feels a shift. And you pop into his mind. Every time you do this, you pop into his mind because there's a shift. The energy is fresh now. The old stale energy has been disconnected. So they do feel a shift. I'm not going to tell you they're going to go like this. No. But they feel a shift, which is what causes them to think of you. Yes, you could do this multiple times a day, Brittany. You could do this with anybody in your life, whether it's, I suggest you start with the people closest to you. You could do this with your children. You could do this with your parents, your relatives. I suggest you start with the energy vampires after the people that are closest to you, right? You don't have to go over and over and over again through the whole process. You can literally call them all to the stage, okay? You can imagine them all being at the stage in the back and then being there, and then you ask each one of them, hear their answers, and then cut them all. Yeah. I'm not saying you have 55 chords here. It's one that goes into everybody, okay? Cut. And everybody floats away. You can do this with buildings. You can do this with whatever you want. Absolutely, Crimson. Absolutely, you can say those 4 phrases to the photo of your SP. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. All right, now grab those photos out because we got to keep this quick. I'm not going to put you on, hey, Amanda, girlfriend. I'm not going to put you on too long of a break because I got to run to the bathroom and I have a coaching call at 1. So, and I got a shit ton of them. Okay, anyway, let's get busy. Okay, so you have your pictures of your SP, okay? Now, I want you to go back in time. I want you to forget for a moment about your SP as who they were 2 seconds ago. That's not them anymore. I want you to go back in time, and I want you to go back to a time when everything in your relationship was perfect. When they were your Prince Charming, everything was perfect. Go back to that time right now and just spend about 20 seconds and remember how they made you feel, who they were as a person for you. How do they make you feel? How do they treat you? All the things that made you fall in love with them. Remember that person now. Now I want you to bring that version, hold on to that version of your SP, and bring that version of your SP right now into your current reality. That is now who your SP is for you, now and forever. Who they were before doesn't exist anymore, not in your reality. Who they are now is all that matters. They're your perfect person right now, waiting for you to let them contact you. Okay, your perfect person contacts you. You guys talk all the time. You spend all the time together. You guys talk. He wants to be with you. He tells you he loves you. All the things. Well, that's who they are for you right now again. Right now. So if you are new here, I want you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, then I want you to straighten up your fucking crown. Because we don't take our crowns off here. We wear our crowns 24/7. We get what we want and we get it when we want it. Period. We don't settle for less. When kings and queens give commands, they don't question, check, have to worry, or wonder if their commands are going to be fulfilled. No, they don't have to do any of that. Because they're the king and the queen. What they say goes in their house. They know it and they expect it to be done. They just expect it to be done. They don't have to check. They don't have to question. That is not who you are. This is your reality. You're the queen and the king of your reality. So just know and expect your SP to contact you right now. Okay, now I want you have your SP's photos out. If you're in no contact or you're in contact but it is not consistent contact, then I want you to command that they contact you. Whether that means texting, you can say you're texting me, calling me, contact me, it doesn't fucking matter, okay? But you're gonna look at their photo and if you're alone, say it out loud with a little bit of backbone. Don't yell at them, but a little backbone. If you're not alone, say it in your mind. Don't look like you're wacko, okay? And look at their photo and say, You're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. Okay, you're going to do that while I put you on a brief break. Now, if you're in constant contact with your SP, then you have a choice. You can say you're contacting me right now and just prove your innate power, or you can tell them that they are, or you can move to the next step. You're coming to see me today. 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 Okay. Now, if you are in a relationship or situationship with your SP, then you can have fun with it. You can tell them to do whatever you want them to do. Whether you want them to cook you dinner, you're buying me dinner, you're cooking me dinner, you're rubbing my feet, you're going to bring me flowers today. Everything is today. Okay. You're giving me sexy time tonight, you know, all that stuff. Okay. And so have fun with it. All right. So right now I want you to give your commands to your SP, and I want you to expect them to contact you. And we're back. Can I tell you guys something funny? Look, this is what I do. I've done this forever. It gives you the, because I trick my mind, right? It gives you the illusion of eating more when you're not. Yes, I've never thrown away my daughter's baby forks and spoons. So I don't say I eat dinner like this with this shit every night, right? But I will eat certain things with the little spoon or fork because it gives me the illusion of eating. It makes me feel like I ate more when I didn't. I ate the same amount. Hey, you know what? That's right. I even, and I use them. She has her own, don't get me wrong. She's got them in a case. And she has her own spoon and fork, and she would die if she ever saw anybody using it. So it's a special case for her. We're bougie around here. What would you affirm to connect with someone who may not even know her? Okay, Mary, so you would affirm for contact, okay? So I like he's so obsessed with me. You could say their name, okay? You know, Robert is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and text to me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now, right? That's what I would affirm. Because he will somehow notice you. Whether you have to pop up on his fucking For You page or he happens to come across one of your posts, somewhere you will get in front of him. You can also say he's constantly trying to get my attention. He's constantly trying to get my attention. But assign positive meaning to everything. That's the key. That's the key. Now, I want to get hired. KK, you want to get hired? Good. At least get a little hostile, bitch. Okay, KK, you want to get hired for a last minute job? Okay, cool. That's what somebody just did. I had a client I talked to, and she said, I've been doing what you said and applying it to all areas, which is what I tell you guys to do. She's like, I've been applying it to all areas of my life. And she goes, and I walked in and she even verbally told him, you're going to hire me. And he did. He did. It was that level of confidence, right? So instead of panicking and caring what the hell they said, if you're not called by this morning, it's filled. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Don't listen to what they're saying. Instead, it's, no. They literally just called me and I got the job. They just called me and I got the job. They called me and I got the job. They called me and I got the job. Because you have to understand that, let's just say they gave the job to someone else. Do you know how many people don't show up on day one? Because they probably didn't apply for only that job, right? So just because they gave the job to somebody else, that person, whoever they gave the job to, could if you persist and that job is yours, no, they just called me, I just got the job, then that person, whoever they gave it to, could very much get a call today from someone else that she also applied for and take that offer instead. And now that, guess what? The position's just been opened again. Okay? So you need to persist in that only, that story only. Okay? Because therefore you'll get that story. So what is it? Exactly, Mary, because if you tell yourself that you don't know this person and he doesn't know you, well, then that's going to forever be true. But you can tell yourself that he absolutely knows me. Yeah. He can't get enough of me. Like, I'm all he ever thinks about. And that will also become true. But don't hold on to the notion that he doesn't fucking know you. That shit ain't going to help you. Okay? If you guys are interested in, look at this. I'm impressed with myself. Any small, stupid shit I do that technology, I'm like, damn, I'm good. I'm good. I'm proud of it. I have to show it off. If you want me to manifest for you, or you're interested in one-on-one coaching so that I can help you get your shit right and tight, it's a superpower of mine to figure out where you're going wrong. We fix that problem so that you can get it right and start seeing your SP conforming super fast. Then book a call with me. All links are in my bio. I also go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time, AM. And if you want to, if you ever miss a live, don't worry. Head on over to the tube of you and go ahead and subscribe while you're there. Watch my lives. They're long, but they'll change your life. And mute the volume if you have to. Just help me get my watch hours up so they will push my videos out to a much wider audience so that I can let everybody know it's about leveraging the law of assumption. It's not about following the law. Okay, we're in control. So who decided the law was the law? Let's be honest with ourselves, right? No one decided that the law is the law. No, it's about leveraging the law. Okay? It's all about leveraging the law. and learning how to make it work for you instead of against you. Okay? Okay. Also, yes, Mary, it definitely was him. It definitely was. It's incredible to see how things will shift around. Oh, also, if you are interested in having me, if you're interested in working with me on a live event where it's an intensive, where I am going to walk you through a process to release your negative emotions all the way back from when you first experienced them. So therefore, none of that shit bothers you anymore from your past with your SP, then make sure that you join and sign up for the live event. You will have lifetime access to the replays so that you can go ahead and do it over and over and over again. Okay, for your emotions, for them to stay balanced and, you know, clean and crisp. And it's on April 4th, but if you miss it, don't worry about it. I will have it recorded for you. Okay, I'm going to do 2 versions of it. I will have, well, that's my intent at least, is to have the live version, right, where I walk you through how it works and why it works and all that stuff, all that good stuff. And then I will have it edited to where you will have a second video that is just the technique itself. Okay, so you don't have to watch the whole damn thing to get to the technique. Okay. How I'm going to do that, I'll figure it out. I have the software. I don't edit videos. It drives me nuts. Look, it took me a while to figure this shit out. My ex. Oh, that's right, Mary. Yeah, we definitely need to get that man conforming because I'm looking for my 10%. I know a lot of you guys too have been asking about, have been wanting to do a class on, I don't do courses, okay? I think courses are fucking stupid and you don't know if you're doing it right. So I'm going to, oh good, baby, I'll have to pick your brain on some shit because I don't know what I'm doing. But I am going to be doing a masterclass probably next month on money because I want you guys to, like, you know, get a shit ton of money and win the lottery. And there'll be parts in there for that too, right? We're going to talk about different ways to make a shit ton of money without, you know, working for it, because that's whack. Who wants to work for money? I don't. I don't want to work at all for money. So I'm going to give you a couple different techniques that we're going to do for that. Well, it's not techniques, it's all the same shit, but it'll be about money. It'll be a masterclass for you guys. And then one of them is going to be how to win the lottery. Because when you guys win, and I'm taking notes too, by the way. I'm going to know exactly who's in that masterclass. Because and then I'm going to watch the TV. I never watch the TV. But when you guys win the lottery, I expect my 10%. That's my cut. That's my cut. I mean, 10% of, like, you know, $1 billion seems like a pretty good gig. You know, but I'm working on my assumption for the lottery. And so then I'm going to play the lottery because obviously that's a key component of winning the lottery. And because yesterday I was freaking so pissed off because literally somebody in my county won not the mega millions, but a shit ton of money. It was, I think it was like 50 million. I was like, could have been me. But I didn't play the lottery. So there's that, you know. But that's going to be our next masterclass so we can, you know, get you guys some money. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. So I know, see, I have friends too. It's all like comes down to you thinking that you win, literally. I used to have friends that they would play scratchers, right? But they would win all the fucking time, like $500, $1,000, like all that. And I was like, I play the scratchers and I win my money back. The most I've won is $100 though, I will say. And that was very fucking exciting. But this is where, if you guys see, you'll have two people, right? You'll have two types of people that will go to casinos and gamble, right? And there's one person that always fucking loses. They always lose. And then you have another person that always wins. They always win. And the reason for that is because of their mentality. They believe that they always win when they go to the casinos, therefore they do. They believe they have the best luck. And then you have the other side that thinks they have the worst luck. They always lose money at the casino. They'll even tell you that. I always lose money at the casinos. Therefore they do. Therefore they do. Versus everyone else. Like my dad won't play the $10 tables. He's like, no. He's like, I'm gonna play the $10 tables. He goes, no, because you get a bunch of newbies there that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And my dad is a high roller. So he plays at $25 tables, but he doesn't play 25 bucks. He plays like 100, 200, things like that. And he always wins. Like he wins a shit ton of money. So I used to always go, even now I go to Vegas. I never have to pay for, I mean, he comes with me. He's so sweet. My dad is so sweet. He will fly to Vegas with me, check me. We get a limo ride and everything to the Venetian. We have a limo guy comes and picks us up from the airport, takes us to the Venetian, and we get our hotel and everything. He checks me in and he literally spends his gambling money because they give him free play money. He'll spend his gambling money. Jesus, Lisa. And I love the Venetian. He plays his gambling money and he takes a plane ride home. Lets me stay for the whole weekend. And he just comes and checks me in and takes a plane ride out. Isn't he sweet? And I get like $400 in free food. But I'll tell you one thing about the Venetian versus, you know, like New York, New York. New York and MGM, you know, New York, Excalibur, like the older casinos, they could care less if you walk around that bitch drunk. Like they could care less. You could be drunk as a skunk and they'll let you find your way out the door. They don't really care. The Venetian, on the other hand, oh God, no. The second you get out of the Uber, if you look like you've had too much to drink, security's there with a wheelchair. I call it the wheelchair experience. And I say, you've never been to Vegas unless you get the wheelchair experience. That was me. First it was my mom. And then it was me. They got the wheelchair experience the next time because it hit me. I love the dueling piano bar. And it's at the Harrods, by the way. It's a great dueling piano bar. It's such a good fucking time. And so it's my favorite place to go when I go there. It's right next door to the Venetian. And so I was, all of a sudden, the White Russians, it hit. I was like, Mom, get the tab. We got to go. And I don't remember getting back to the Venetian. But apparently I managed to walk my happy ass into the hotel, sat at a casino, I sat at a slot machine and took a nap. Here comes the wheelchair. So I love Vegas. I moved there for 4 years. Then I had to come back as I fell in love with sports betting. And Vegas is the one place you can go to. You can go out whenever you want, and it's not weird for you to be alone. There's a gang of people alone, right? People gamble alone and do all that stuff. So it's the one place that you can go out alone and hit the town. And I would always do that when I lived there. I had a gambling, I wouldn't say problem. I love to gamble. And they knew me. I went to the Red Rock, and that's where I had the best luck. And they knew me there. And yeah, they gave me, the cocktail servers used to know my drink. They used to bring it on over. The tall glass, yeah. That's what you do. You tip them well. You just went to the top of the line, other than all the other cheapskates that are just there for the free drinks. And you can get free food there, depending upon how long you play. You just have to be like, hey, can I get some free food? They'll look at your points and say, yeah, where do you want to eat? You didn't even have to be there for long. Yeah, you get all the perks. I know I want to go to Vegas too. It's been a little while. But I love going to Vegas. So anyway, I digress. We have 8 minutes left. Okay, listen up. When it comes to recipes, I feel like how many fucking different ways till the sun goes down do I have to tell you guys every fucking day to stop listening to them? Stop listening to everyone. Walk around with earmuffs on. I don't give a fuck. Walk around with earbuds in and completely ignore every fucking body. Everybody. Oh, dang. Dang. Flashy, good for you. Okay, you need to start ignoring every fucking thing people tell you, because it's so stupid for you to sit here and listen to what future employers tell you, what boyfriends tell you, what parents tell you, what doctors tell you, what therapists tell you, what psychics tell you, what tarot cards reader tells you. What lawyers tell you, all that shit. Why you guys take them at their words like it's gold. No, it's not. The second you don't accept something and go, no, this is going away. This is all being taken care of. This is all being taken care of. This is totally going away. It all worked out even better than I expected. Then it changes. It changes. The minute you accept is the minute things don't go your way. Because you're listening to what the fuck they said. Well, they said this. Well, they said that. Well, they said this. Well, they said that. Who gives a shit? Who cares what anyone tells you? Who cares what lawyers fucking tell you? Who cares what doctors tell you? Who cares what anybody fucking tells you? Nah, I don't think so, bruh. No, thank you. I don't accept shit. No, and I don't care how much proof you want to show me. Man, no. Nope, I don't even know what I'm looking at any fucking way. Let's be honest. Half the time they tell you shit, you don't even know what you're looking at anyway. You know how long it took me to freaking, I guess I could have uploaded into ChatGPT, but you know how long it took me to look at my blood test results? And I was like, what the fuck does any of this mean? I have no idea what any of that meant at all. It's like numbers, and I had to type that shit into Google, and it would tell me what the hell that meant, right? And it's like, you don't even know what that means, but so you're literally just taking their word for shit. But the people that don't accept what's being told to them are the ones that are defying odds, the ones that are considered miracles, the ones that are getting, what they want, the ones that things are working out for them all the fucking time because they don't accept what they don't want. We all know people, thanks, I'm Kitty Girl. We all know people like that, where it's like everything seems to work out in their favor all the time. That's because that's what they choose to believe. That is what they're telling themselves. You need to start telling yourself that too. Stop listening to every fucking body. Stop doing that. Because the second you accept what people tell you, the second it becomes true in your reality. Or you can sit there and say, no, I don't think so. I don't like what you just told me, so I'm going to reject that. Thank you so much. I don't care what my test results show me. No, I told you I had over 700 cholesterol level. Over 700, which is the highest they've ever seen. He called 2 other doctors and said, have you ever seen levels that high? And they were like, no, we've never seen levels that high. And so he was like, it's genetics. Oh, okay, whatever. And so he's like, you're prone to strokes. You could have a stroke and this, that, and the third. I'm like, the fuck, what are you talking about? I feel fine. So they gave me all the medication. And I was like, my mom's like, you need to take this serious, Jen. I said, no. I feel fine. I'm fine. I was like, genetics? Okay, Mom, has anybody had those? No. Okay, then I don't know what you're talking about. So either way, I didn't take the medication. Came back. They wanted me to monitor for 90 days. They came back. She goes, you're going to have to be on this forever. No, I don't think so. The only medication I take is collagen. Oh, and probiotics. But the gummies. Because I like gummies. So if I'm going to eat a gummy bear, at least it's a probiotic gummy bear. And so I did that. And guess what? She says, well, your cholesterol levels are normal. Of course they are. Of course they are. Why? Because I chose to tell myself that I'm perfectly healthy. I've never had any health issues. If I would have known what I know now, I would have never had my gallbladder removed. I would have never had a hysterectomy. I would have never had any of that shit. Ever at all. But again, I told you guys I'm working on defying complete logical medical standards now, because there's no studies to show. You cannot show me and convince me that I have to have certain body parts to have a child. No, I don't think so. I'm genetically blessed. And I'm working on I'm testing a couple different theories when it comes to health. But I would have never had that shit. I know. Because, I had no idea that was a whole thing. And so I started telling people I got my gallbladder removed, and they're like, oh, I don't have one either. I was like 90% of people don't have a gallbladder. And then they told me I'm not allowed to eat all that crap. You can't eat all this stuff. You can never eat this food again. I was like, you lost me at never. So I don't pay attention to that. I eat what I ate before, and I eat it now. I don't give a shit, and I'm totally fucking fine. I'm totally fine. I've defied legal issues where people told me that I needed to face the music. I refused to believe it. Therefore, it all worked out in my favor. It all worked out in my favor. Even when it did not look that way. I had my brother's DUI completely went away. Completely went away. DUIs are cut and dry cases. Not in my world. Not in my world. I was like, what DUI? Nope. They're not filing charges. Therefore, they didn't. Okay? Therefore, they didn't. So you don't need to accept shit that you don't want to. So I want you guys now to get really good at rejecting information. Rejecting all the information. That's right. You never gain weight, bitch. You need to reject everything in your life that you don't want to hear. Reject it all. Nope. I don't know who she's talking to, but not me. Not me. I don't think, no, that doesn't apply to me. I don't care what they show you. Same with your SPs. I don't care what they tell you. Do not listen to them. No, not at all. I don't know who he's talking about, but he ain't talking about me. Yeah, no, he must be mistaken. He's talking about a friend, not me. You know, you need to get good at that. Get good at that. Well, obviously, Patriot, you can't walk into a courtroom and be like, I refuse to accept. No, I refuse. This is my reality. Because let me tell you, they're going to be like, well, you know what? I think you need to go to the psych ward. We don't want that. Okay? Instead, control the narrative in your mind. Like, no, this is all worked out even better than I expected. This is completely worked out even better than I expected. And it will. And it will. Do you understand? I'm hot and I'm bothered. And I don't even have the energy. I forgot to turn on my fan. And so I don't even have the energy to yell at you at the current second because I feel like I'm going to pass out. It's 94 degrees here. Ew. It's fucking disgusting here. So you're lucky. I'm not even going to argue. I'm not even going to yell at you today because I'm fucking hot. But don't even worry. That's right, Robin. Now channel that same energy. Channel that same energy. Okay? Into that. Yeah, Patriot, you wouldn't even have a court date if you would understand and reject that. Like, nah, I don't think so. Okay? That's what I want for you guys. Okay? I'm not even going to freaking, like I said, I can't even yell at you guys today because I feel like I'm going to vomit. It's hot. And I'm going to eat my eggs with my baby fork. That's what I'm going to do. And jump on these coaching calls. Okay? So again, if you want to work on one-on-one or you want me to manifest for you, go ahead. All links are in my bio or in the description, wherever you're hailing from. And yeah, I love you all, besties, and I will see all of you tomorrow. I love you. Bye, besties.